President John Mahama has appealed to the United Kingdom and Switzerland to support government's homegrown initiatives to get Ghana's economy back on track. He made the appeal to the country's heads of mission, who were amongst 6 new envoys to present their credentials to him at the Flagstaff House. Here's Skifty Andopier's report.
The new Swiss ambassador, Gerard Brugger, was first to present his credentials to the president. Adding business to the fiscal discussion, President Mahama said Ghana's mortgage market is ripe.
Housing is one of the major pressure points that we face. We face a deficit of housing of anything between 500,000 and 1 million housing units. Ghana faces some short-term economic challenges, but we've taken, quite serious steps to try to turn around the deficit, and we're seeing positive signals that the economy is turning around. And so, as one of our critical development partners, we hope that we can work with Switzerland to implement the homegrown fiscal consolidation policy that we have come up with.
Ambassador Brugger, on the other hand, says Switzerland will explore Ghana's business potentials.
In Switzerland, business mainly consists of small and medium-sized enterprise, so there is something we have very much in common with Ghana. We also feel that the development of small and medium-sized enterprises is really a key to progressing economically. And we will do on our end what needs to be done to promote Ghana really as an economical location because of the good governance and a strong legal basis that exists, which is key ingredient for Swiss businesses to come here to invest and to seek partnerships.
Presenting his credence letters, Guinean Ambassador Arafan Kabin Kaba invited the president on a working tour to Guinea. President Mahama shared with him Ghana's ambition to become an electricity generation hub, so it will be in a position to supply its neighbors. The president, whilst receiving the UK High Commissioner John Benjamin, commended his country for its assistance to Ghana.
I cannot talk about our relations with the UK without speaking of the role of DFID and the significance that Sally is a member of your team here this morning, and to continue to commend them for the partnership that we have shared in various sectors of the economy, especially now in respect of public finance management, in respect of payroll strengthening and management and all that. I also mentioned the assistance to the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program. This is a program that is a social protection program that goes to the root of poverty.
John Benjamin told President Mahama they are committed to promoting the private sector.
Our development partnership, where we are keen to work with you on facing the economic challenges which you described, where we are keen to work with the government of Ghana to close the development gap and to promote also the growth of a private sector which can act as a motor of growth and employment in the future. We very much hope that the Atuabo project is given parliamentary approval very shortly, and you mentioned Tullow Oil's involvement, which will be a very long-standing commitment to Ghana.
Rwanda's new ambassador to Ghana, Joseph Habineza, came next. For him, President Mahama was full of praise for what he described as the significant progress the once conflict-ridden country has made. There was also the High Commissioner for New Zealand and Ambassador to Ireland, Sir Lockwood Smith, and that of Venezuela, Alejandro Israel Correa Ortega. Discussions centered on sharing technical knowledge in areas of competitive advantage, especially agriculture.
Well, however, our viewers on Facebook are not particularly happy about the president, and some of you have been sharing comments on the back of the story. Pinky Razi says, Mr. Yu Mister, you better step down for someone to take over. Stephen Yamiche says, Mr. President, Jai Niewoke Kanum. Judge Law Mayweather says that it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Meanwhile, Prince Joseph Amoy Japan says, Asemo, let's wait and see what he can do this time around. Bismarck Owusu says, Mahama Pioneer will vote against you in 2016. And well, Owusu and Sam Kajmil says, indeed, it is good to me. Papa Kwanzaa says, I'm 28 years old. Ever since I was born, I have never witnessed this bad and highly indebted government in my life. And Baba Musa Tamale says, it's a call in the right direction. However, Seidu Sunday Yakub says, Ghanaians at this stage would appreciate action-driven policies to salvage them of this economic message rather than words of mouth. And Eugene Jr. says, I hope it will be better for Ghana. Obviously, that's what we're all hoping for the country. But you can still share your comments with me. We have a lot more minutes to go. Now, let's get into some other stories making headlines today here in Ghana. Now, one person has died and 11 others in critical condition as the car they were traveling in was involved in an accident.
Place around 2:30 p.m. between the Tuna and Sola Highway. The victims were in a wire-bound Techiman Sanyong bus when the accident occurred. One of the eyewitnesses, who gave his name as Puatin, said he suspected the driver lost control of the vehicle when he tried to negotiate a curve around Kumasa and bumped into a ditch. 6 of the victims, including a 4-year-old boy who was traveling with a grandmother, were taken back to the Wa Regional Hospital. 4 of the victims were later brought by a Metro Mass Transit bus. The arrival of the victims at the outpatient department kept all the nurses busy, attending to them in order to stabilize their condition. The only person who was in stable condition is this 23-year-old, who gave his name as Abdul Samad. He blamed the driver of the vehicle for the accident. The incident attracted a large number of people to the hospital, who either came to the hospital for treatment or to visit their sick relative. Rafiq Salam's report from Wa.
Right, and I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, we'll start our conversation. Don't go away.